We are now with the UFC featherweight champion of the world and the number 2 in the UFC men's pound for pound rankings, Alexander Volkanovski. Hello, sir. How are you?
I'm very good, mate. I'm very good. How are you?
Very good. I'm a giant fan. Thanks for doing this interview.
No worries at all. Well, I appreciate that, mate. I appreciate you supporting me. Thank you.
Cool. How is your preparation going for your 4th title defense?
Preparation's been going unreal. I'm always prepared, man. That's just how I am. As I always say, I don't need to be motivated to train hard and be prepared. I'm disciplined to always be prepared at my best. So I'm motivated and disciplined, and that's why you always get the best version of Alexander the Great every single time.
Wow. And I can kind of see the confidence in your facial expression right now. You look ready.
Yeah, well, that's it, man. Or I am. It is preparation is everything. It really is. I've always been well prepared, but not just that. Now there is a confidence. There is a calmness. There's a comfortability. I don't even know if that's a word, but I'm just real comfortable in my confidence and everything right now. I'm very comfortable where I am.
Right. Before we get into your next fight with Max Holloway, as a Korean mixed martial arts fan, I have to ask you about your last fight with the Korean zombie, Chen Sung-jung. Would that be okay?
Of course. No worries at all.
Any thoughts about that fight in particular?
Yeah, not too. Obviously, it was a big fight for me. Getting to fight a legend of the sport, of my division, absolute legend of the division, and I've got nothing but respect for Zombie. You know what I mean? And yeah, man, he's tough. You know what I mean? There's not many people that could take some of the shots like he did and still walk forward and want to keep going. So he's a incredible athlete, MMA fighter, and human being.
Right, and many of the Korean fans were touched by the way you handled yourself straight after your victory inside the octagon. You weren't really celebrating. You were being there for the zombie, showing respect. What was going through your mind at the time?
Man, I'm not in this sport to hurt anyone. Obviously, I'm going to celebrate. I'm going to be happy. Straight after, I'll celebrate. But there's going to be time where, yeah, again, I don't want to hurt my opponents. I'm not out here to hurt people. Obviously, I'm in the fight business. I need to get used to what we do, but at the same time, I know he's a good human being. There's a lot that what he's all about is what I'm all about. Being a family man, respectful, and all that type of stuff. You know what I mean? So, yeah, man, it was just something that I could see the disappointment in him. I could see that he was hurt. Physically and mentally, and I almost felt bad because I was hoping I could see that he was thinking, man, do I retire? I got them vibes that he was thinking stuff like that, and I just thought to myself, man, it doesn't matter who was in front of me that night, I would have done the same. You know what I mean? I don't want him to knock himself and think less of himself because of that performance.
Right. Speaking of which, the Korean zombie did repeatedly stated that he felt like he was hitting a wall and he was entirely reconsidering his career as an MMA fighter after the fight with you. Any words to the Korean zombie regarding that?
Oh, man, obviously sometimes, where things might not go our way. The thing is, it's hard because a lot of people have said that when they fight me, like that is a part of my style. I want to stifle people and nullify their movement and take away things that they're good at and capitalize on opportunities they have and still not give them a chance to get their rhythm. Make them fight my fight, which is very uncomfortable for people. But like I said, answered that question before. I think if there was anything I had to say to him was like, man, don't be so hard on yourself. Whether it was a bad day or not, we all have bad days, and you know what I mean? We can always overcome these things. He's still a legend of the sport. And if he does choose to give it up, mate, the reason why he got that a title shot is because of how much of a inspiration or a great athlete and a great fighter he's been. You know what I mean? Not many people would, if there's an injury, that's why so many people had him top of the list to get that chance, because they know he deserved it. There's not many people that deserve a shot like that, like he got. Like, not many people deserve that, but he did. So there's a reason for that. So I want him to obviously keep his head held high.
Wow, showing class as usual. Thanks for that. Now let's talk about your next fight, which is on this weekend against Max Holloway, and it's for the third time. What are your thoughts on the challenger, Max Holloway?
Well, I know a bit about him. I've spent a lot of time in the octagon with him, a lot of time preparing for the bloke. But look, man, he's a great athlete. Another fighter who is a great fighter, good team, durable, tough. You know what I mean? He's ticks a lot of the boxes. So you always know it's going to be a hard fight. Do I think I'm better and I'm a step ahead? Yes, I do. But I mean, it's still going to be a tough fight, because that's the type of fighter he is. But I think I'm just going to be that little bit too much, and I get to show that Saturday.
And are you sick of fighting the same person over and over again, or do you welcome him as a challenger?
I welcome him as a challenger. I still think this is good because I'm a different fighter. I think it's going to be exciting because he's going to bring a different fight anyway. But now he's fighting a different version of myself as well. So I get to see. This is still a challenge. I want to see him like, bald Volk. Ever since I shaved his head, this is a new me. He hasn't fought bald Volk yet. So let's see how he does against the new version of myself.
And without revealing too much of your game plan, can you give us a little bit of a hint as to how you will approach this fight?
I mean, as I said to you about with the zombie fight, why I'm a big problem for everyone is because I make people fight my fight. There's many ways I can do that. And depending on what he gives me is depending on what I'm going to do to my game plan, depending on which options I take, which path I choose. So that's the thing. I'm going to throw everything at him and see what works best, make them adjustments and capitalize.
Right. And some of the critics and fans thought that the second fight was really, really close. And some even argue that Max should have won that fight. What are your thoughts on this?
Oh, man, there's every time there's a close fight, people scream robbery or there's always going to be two sides to the story. He's a very popular fighter, especially back then. You know what I mean? He's well-respected and earned that respect and earned that following that he has. So, it's always going to be tough for a fan favorite, right? He's a fan favorite. To beat a fan favorite and expect everyone to just, like a close fight, just be all happy about it. You know what I mean? So it's obviously expected, and I understand that now. I didn't understand it. I didn't understand why they were carrying on so much about it before, but now I understand it.
Right. Humble as usual. Max stated a couple of days ago that the third fight wouldn't last 3 rounds. Do you agree with this?
Oh, man, I definitely think it can go in between the 3 rounds. You know what I mean? But, we both showed that we are durable, we are tough, we were resilient. And we both showed that, we've got good fight IQ. So, we definitely know how to survive if we have to. We know we're hard to be finished. So it's very hard to say that it's definitely going to be finished, but I guarantee you that it's going to be fireworks. I guarantee you it's going to be a good chance of a chess battle and a firefight and a fight of the night type of a fight. But yeah, man, it's tough to say. I want to say that I'll finish it because I know I'm gonna land on him a lot. I know I'm gonna find his chin. I know I'm gonna connect really hard. But does that mean he goes down? He showed that he takes punishment a lot. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But I can guarantee you one thing. I'm going to land on him and I'm going to land big.
Wow. You're really good at hyping this fight. So excited.
Yeah.
Personally, it seems like there's no one in this division that's really posing a threat to you. What are your plans after this fight?
I think I have a bit of time to see what happens in the featherweight division and maybe look at this lightweight title fight and maybe jump at that. But I think I'll worry about Max, and I think I'm in a pretty good position if once I do what I plan on doing to definitely put myself an opportunity, give myself a chance to at least fight for the title. That's for sure.
And I recently saw an interview of you where you stated that you are interested in fighting McGregor. Is that still on the table?
Oh, of course, man. Like who wouldn't? Who wouldn't take that fight again? I want big fights. I want big fights. I want big challenges. I think even though I know, I'm confident I'll win that fight, I know it'll still be a challenge and I know it'll be a big fight. So, like, for you not to want that fight, you'd be pretty silly. You know what I mean? Like, but I mean, at the same time, do I think it's going to happen? No, I don't even know if he's fighting. So,
right.
If that was ever offered to me, of course, we would make it happen.
So you used to be a rugby player. And during that time, you weighed close to 100 kilograms. And now you are a featherweight. How did you cut so much weight? How is it possible?
Just the time. Through time, it was, over the 10, 11 years of my MMA career, I just slowly bring it down. That's why I fought at middleweight, welterweight, lightweight, and featherweight. So it's just, it's a slow process. I used to be, obviously, I'm only 5'6", so you could imagine I was very thick. But I, just slowly bring that down, and now you see me at my physical best. This is obviously where I'm most comfortable and where I'm at my sharpest and best. So I'm glad I definitely put the effort into losing that weight and getting me to this division.
Perfect. Now, finally, any words to the Korean fans who will be rooting for you this weekend?
I just want to say thank you. I've had nothing but love from the Koreans. Even before the fight with Korean Zombie, they were always respectful. They always showed me a lot of respect and support, especially after the fight as well. So, that means a lot to me. I feel like the Koreans definitely look for more than just, the flashy, whether it's flashy knockouts or, the trash talking, or they really appreciate the respect and discipline and what martial arts is all about. And, they've been nothing but respectful to me, and I'm thankful for that. So I hope you enjoyed the show. It's going to be a good card. And, enjoy.
All right. It was Alexander Volkanovski, everyone. Thanks for your time. Thanks so much.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Cheers. Looking forward to it.
Adesanya. He's the best striker that we've ever seen in the UFC. But Jared Cannonier can put people to sleep.
Jared, you're next.
Two future Hall of Fame